Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to do another GBB review, and it's going to be another World War II sidearm, and this is going to be the WE Luger P08. So pretty much this review is just going to be, for the most part, beneficial information to you if you don't have any idea of the gun and you're interested in buying it. So I'm just going to try to help you guys out and let you know if it's worth it or not. But anyway, pretty much this is a German World War II sidearm replica, and it's Airsoft green gas pistol, and it's very unique as opposed to your modern day pistols or just any pistols in general, just because it works and functions a lot differently. But for the most part, it still works like a firearm. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about any trademarks on here. For the most part, it's basically blank. There's not really a whole lot of markings on here. Just some numbers here and there, and then for the safety, where it has a let me adjust this a little bit better. Where it has a German word for safety. And then, well, yeah, when you activate the safety, there's also number 15 there. And then, let's see. I don't know if the magazine has anything. Yeah, I think the magazine only has the We Tech symbol there for the most part. But other than that, it's somewhat blank. There aren't any real, trademarks on this. Oh, I forgot to actually show the top. The top, you're gonna have 1915 and then just the number 15 on here. You're also, for the sight, I forgot to mention too that this Luger is the 6-inch version. So this is right in the middle of the three versions that W produces, which is the 4-inch, the 6-inch, and the 8-inch. So with the longer edition ones, you're going to get this sight post on here, which can go up to 200 meters for accuracy. I'm not sure if that's accurate to Airsoft standards, but I'm not sure if that's on the real one as well. So yeah, I'm not 100% on that. But yeah, for the most part, that's all the stampings and logos and trademarks that I found on this pistol. I didn't really see anything else. Let's talk about construction now. And for being a WE is also known for very nice exterior construction, in my opinion. I think they do an excellent job, and they out-replicate a lot of other amazing companies in Airsoft just in their external features. For internals, I can't really say the same because they don't use exactly the greatest type of material in the world or the most durable, so that's kind of where they lack in terms of just internal parts. But it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be all metal. The whole gun's gonna be metal. The thing is, right here, I'm not sure if it's steel or not because I see like this green tone inside the barrel there, so I'm not sure if that's like some other type of metal. But for the most part, everything is metal except the grips. Like usual on a lot of airsoft pistols, the grips are going to be plastic. But really, that's the only plastic pieces on this gun, is just the grips. You could probably change them out for rubber ones, but I'm not 100%. I would assume that there maybe is something, but like I said, not sure. But yeah, so you're going to get, the trigger is going to be obviously metal, the safety, the catapult bolt is going to be metal, the magazine's also full metal. There is literally not a single plastic piece on here, except just actually no, the top of it is actually metal too. So there is legit like no plastic on this magazine at all. So for the most part, it's all metal. Okay, so the most unique feature about this handgun is the bolt system. So this is, I guess, what's known as like a catapult bolt, from what I heard from other people describing these as. So pretty much it's not moving a slide, it's only moving like a portion of the upper receiver. You can see that the barrel too kind of moves when this catapult bolt moves back and forth. So if I pull it back, you can see the barrel retracts back, and then when it goes back down, it moves forward. So it kind of has like this motion, which is pretty unique. Like that's what I meant. Like for like very cool like function. It's very different from, you know, just modern day firearms, or even during World War II. Like compared to a 1911, this is, you know, still very awesome and interesting. But here you can kind of see it from this side. Very cool. And then from the top, you can see the nozzle kind of like retracts. Yeah, right there. But yeah, very cool. And the bolt is also obviously made out of steel, because it's going to have to be, because it's a lot of force and moving parts. There's literally like 3 or 4 pivot joints just in the bolt alone, like one back here, right here, and there. I think 3. Yeah, so it's got 3 like pivot motions. So that really needs to be well lubricated. I recommend if you do buy it, I would lube it up first before you fire it, which I did because it seemed very dry. So, you know, just a recommendation. I would say you should probably do that. But for FPS with the .2 gram BB, I think it's shooting around 310 FPS, which is really nice for, like, you know, CQB and everything. So it's not anything too ridiculous for an FPS. And yeah, that's with regular propane or green gas. I've used both in this gun, and it works very well with both types of gases. Just remember, with propane, you're going to need extra silicone in the propane tank. Like, you could dab a little bit of the silicone in the propane tank when you put your adapter on, so then it doesn't dry the gun out. But for the most part, that's, you know, the power. It's going to be fairly reliable, I would say. It's going to be in the 310 to maybe like 300 to 310 FPS range, I would say, for the most part. But, you know, it's still very somewhat efficient, you know, for gas usage and everything too. You could probably get from one magazine maybe 20, like, not 20, maybe 35 or 40 rounds, I'm going to say, if you're lucky on a nice day. But for the magazine I'll talk about, like I mentioned earlier, it's all metal, which is very cool. For a lot of people that like full metal everything, this is going to be the gun for you, especially if you like World War II collectibles or replicas. You're going to get everything metal, pretty much, for the most part. Even like the, what's it called? The spring-loaded little piece right here for the BBs, even that feels really solid. You could speed load it right in here as well, so you can kind of just do the hold down thing and then dump BBs in, and then, you know, you're good. Or you could do it old-fashioned way, load them in, just kind of move this down, load them in, you know, whatever's comfortable for you, doesn't really matter. The one thing with this gun that you have to really make sure you're careful with, because you can break the gun if you're not aware or if you do not know, which I want to make sure I kind of embed this into your head just so, you know, you don't make a mistake and do this. So right now the gun is disengaged, the trigger, the hammer is not cocked back or anything. When I go to put the magazine in, it stops me from inserting the mag. See, I'm trying to push it in a little bit, not too much, but you see it won't go in. So in order for this to happen, this also applies to when you're taking the magazine out. It's going to get stuck. I'll show you in a minute. So whenever you want to put in a mag or take a mag out, you need to cock this catapult bolt back before you do any of those. So I cocked it back. So now I'm going to insert the magazine. And you see now it goes in perfect, and then it comes out smoothly as well. So pretty much for the most part, when you have it cocked, this is how it should be working. Now, I disengage the hammer, I go to release the mag, it doesn't want to come out, because the valve knocker in here is keeping the valve pin in the magazine. So it's like pretty much like right on the lip of the magazine. I'll show you where on the mag. So you're going to have the valve, hold on, I'll show you. You're going to have one of the pieces just sitting right on the edge of that little rim, and then that's what's causing you to not be able to take your mag out or put it back. And for the most part, you just got to really make sure you watch out and not make a mistake of doing that. I mean, I've never done it because I've seen reviews and people say not to do that, so I'm kind of just, making another review saying, don't do that by accident. And then once you have it in, if you don't have any gas, you can disengage it if you want to just put it away for, not airsofting or doing anything with it, just, simple as that. Another cool thing I like about the safety, let's see, this, I had to pause it because I had to talk to my parents real quick, but anyway, so I was going into this. A very unique thing about this Luger is the system of how the trigger disengages the hammer. You can see when I push the trigger, you see these two bars moving, which is kind of cool. And then when I flip the safety to safe, you see this metal pin protruding outward. So now it completely blocks those two metal moving points, so it doesn't let me do anything. So when I go back to fire mode, you can see it descends down into the frame, and then it's allowing me to move. And this one also, it works like a standard GBB. The bolt's going to lock back when there's no BBs in here. So when you have BBs, you can, you could just release this, like pull it back. Whoops, empty mag. Pull it back, and then it should go forward. For the most part, it's going to work about the same. The only thing is there is no slide release or catapult release. So the only way, like let's say if you have an empty mag and you're putting it away for storage, you have to take the mag out, flick this back, and then put the mag back in, and then pull the trigger to just disengage everything. Other than that, I mean, for the most part, that's how you do it. But let's see what else I could talk about. Kind of just give you a view of the sights. So it's very, very small iron sights, and you can see the sights literally move with the bolt. Like so, when the bolt goes back, let me take the magazine out. Well, I should cock it first. So you could really see the sights, they move back. So you literally have to realign your, whatever you're aiming at. Well, not really. Like if you're standing stationary, that shouldn't be an issue. But if you're like running or something, you might have to readjust where you're shooting. Another cool feature I like about this WE Luger. WE is known for doing like threaded barrels, which is kind of cool. So right here, what I have is just a regular suppressor adapter, because this barrel has a I don't know if I think it's clockwise thread, or reverse thread, pretty much is what it's known as. I'm not sure exactly, but actually no, I think this is actually no, this is regular thread. Putting this on the suppressor itself, which I have just for an example, this one is the reverse thread. And I don't know, this is just kind of, for the heck of it. Like this is just, if you really wanted to, yes, you could put a suppressor on a Luger. So I don't have enough space to really zoom this thing out, unless I take the camera off the stand and kind of show you. So I mean, you literally add an extra 4 inches to this barrel, so it becomes very long. I can actually do a quick comparison with my Dan Wesson revolver, since that's already an 8-inch. So I'm going to lay those end to end, and then you can just see how much the suppressor adds. So it can be pretty beastly, but if you like, the suppressor is kind of like one of those like cool factor things. Some people might not like it, some people do, though it's really up to their taste, I guess. But one more thing before I finish up this review, one more other unique thing is how this gun field strips, which is very, very unusual and kind of different. So you got this switch right here where it says the first 15. You flick it down, so then it's kind of pointing at you, and then this little black plate comes off. So this is what it looks like. Whoops. This is what it looks like, and then just put that off to the side for now. And then after you do that, this just slides right off. Well, almost. You have to push it a little bit, and then you're good. So this is what the inner assembly looks like. You see it's nice and lubed, probably a little too much. I should probably wipe some of that off. You can see like this part of the piston is actually like a cast iron, which I don't know why, but I guess they just made it like that. And this is how the bolt pretty much functions. It kind of pulls like the barrel out. So that's pretty much the top half, and then you get to the lower frame. They have I don't know why, but I think WE's, a lot of their designs like focus on having this little wheel bearing piece like on the Glocks, like so like that wheel kind of works as cocking the hammer back. So I don't know, I feel like they like doing that a lot, because for a lot of their airsoft guns they do that same type of a design. Alright, now putting it back, let's see, let me blur this thing. Okay. You know, same thing, just align the edges, and then one thing before you forcefully slide it, which I hope you don't do that right away. This little piece, I'm going to use this as like a pointer. So this little piece right there sticking out, you need to take your nail or something and then just push it in like that. You see how it moves? Because that's that part of the trigger. You see how it moves? So when you're putting it back, you push it like that way down, and then after that it should slide in. Do not forcefully do it. I've actually I've had some friends who did that by accident and just like destroy it, and I just laugh at them because it's like, dude, you're dumb. But anyway, just you know, definitely don't be careless. Just take your time with it, and then once you put that piece in, put your thumb on it to press it down, move the barrel back a little bit, and then this should slide right into place. So now you are good, and the gun is back together. But yeah, I think that's really everything that I have for this review, guys. If you have any other questions concerning the gun, or if I missed some kind of details that I didn't cover in this video, feel free to let me know in the comments below. If you haven't liked the video or subscribed, you should totally do so, because I post content as often as I can whenever I have time to. So, definitely stay tuned. If you do subscribe, you won't be disappointed. Check out my past videos I made. I have a lot of stuff up right now on this channel, so it's slowly growing, but I'm having fun doing this. I like making videos like these. It's fun for me. But yeah, guys, you guys have an awesome rest of your weekend. Peace out.